The Marriott Bonvoy Boundless. Is it the OG hotel keeper card, or is it just a credit card fanboy bust? We're going to dive into the pros, the cons, the competitors, as well as a secret tip on this card as to why I think it's one that stands the test of time. Let's dive right into it. So the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card is issued through Chase and co-branded through Marriott. So this card earns points in the Marriott Bonvoy ecosystem, unlike other Chase earning cards, which earn points in the Ultimate Rewards currencies. This card has a $95 annual fee, which renews every single year. However, stay around until the end, and we're going to talk about why this card's annual fee really is nothing to worry about. So this card has a standard offer currently running at 3 nights at 50,000 points each, or 150,000 points total. Old sign-up offers were typically for around 125,000 points. However, this one at 3 times 50,000 points a night is a little bit different. While it sounds a lot better on paper, these are use it or lose it nights. So if you were to redeem a night for 30,000 points, you don't get to bank that extra 20,000. So ideally, you want to look at maximizing those point earning nights to get the most value out of these free night awards. At times, there are even elevated sign-up offers for 50,000 point nights up to 5 nights. And that's an offer that was around, I think, last year, or for sure at least a few years ago. So you're going to want to watch out for these elevated sign-up offers to really maximize the time when you are going to apply for this card to get even more bang for your buck on this already awesome card. This sign-up offer comes after spending $3,000 in the first 3 months after card open. And while you're going to want to be putting pretty much all of your spend on this card during this intro period, it's not typically a card that I personally or most people pull out of their wallet very often after this initial sign-up offer, except for at Marriott properties. So this card earns 3x points per dollar on the first $6,000 spent every year combined in grocery, gas, and dining. Additionally, it earns 2 times points for every other dollar spent outside of those categories, and it earns 17x total points at Marriott property. Lastly, this card comes with a status of silver for Marriott, which is their entry-level status level. Speaking of status, this card gives you 15 nights at the start of the year towards your status and gives you a pretty easy path towards gold status by either only needing to stay another 10 nights at a Marriott property for the whole year to go along with those 15 that you start with, or every $5,000 spent with this card gives you another night towards status. And important distinction is these nights that you start with and that you earn aren't used for free night stays, but rather just towards accumulating these nights that you've stayed in the hotel, just as a baseline towards status. The best thing about this card is the annual free night award. So each year you pay the $95 annual fee and you receive a free night award worth up to 35,000 points. This reward you earn starting your second year. So your first year when you pay the annual fee, you don't get a free night, but starting in your second year, it becomes a card that is really truly a keeper card. Now, what's so awesome about this is you're not just paying $95 to get a $95 off coupon. You're getting this free night award in the 35,000 points. And so where this can really be used pretty easily, I might add, in the Marriott portal, booking hotels all around the world because it's a global chain, is you get outsized value beyond just that $95 that you're paying. So for example, this past weekend, went to Vegas with some buddies, and we were able to use my free night award on the Marriott Bonvoy card at the Luxor Hotel. And one of the really neat things about the Marriott Bonvoy card is that you can top off points. You can add up to 15,000 points to this 35,000 free night award point, be able to stay at properties that are a little bit higher than the 35,000 point minimum. So in this case, last weekend, it was a 40,000 point night stay. And so I was able to use my 35,000 point certificate and then add another 5,000 Marriott points that I had already had in my account. This was an awesome experience and a great way to use a free night award when the hotel was going for around $270 a night. Great value for paying this $95 annual fee and getting outsized value. Let's look at some of the cons of the Marriott Bonvoy card. While it is absolutely awesome and definitely a keeper card and a card that I don't really see myself canceling, honestly, at any point in the future, there are some negatives to it. And the main one really is that the free night awards, you don't get to get around the taxes or resort fees. In other hotel chains, which we're about to cover in some of the competitor sections, you do get this resort fee and taxes waived, but not with Marriott. So in this example where it was $270 a night this past weekend at the Luxor, we did have to still eat this $50 resort fee and $6 in taxes, give or take. So I did get about $130 of outsized value beyond just paying this $95. But we did still have to pay these taxes and resort fees. So a little bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. The second thing I'll say about this card is that it's not a card that I really use at any other point. Like I mentioned earlier on in the video, the only time I use it is at these hotels that are Marriott branded because of that 17x multiplier. Outside of that, I really don't use it at all. So really, it's just a card for Marriott and for that free night award. And other than that, it doesn't leave my wallet. And in fact, I don't even keep it in my wallet unless I'm going to a Marriott property. If the card had additional ways to earn points that were more valuable, like higher spend multipliers on gas or groceries or something like that, beyond just the base redemption points that they give you, it might be something I would consider more often. But with the way it's currently constructed, it's not a card that I use. So lastly, looking at some of the competitors, and the ones we're going to compare it to are within the Chase co-branded card section of also mid-tier cards. And I say mid-tier because there are some no annual fee credit cards out there for hotels, as well as ones up to $600 a year for the annual fee. So this bucket of $95 to $99 a year cards, we're going to call it mid-tier. And so within the Chase ecosystem, you have the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless, and then you have the World of Hyatt credit card, as well as the IHG Premier card. The World of Hyatt card is $95 a year, and the IHG Premier card is $99. The World of Hyatt card is for hotel chain Hyatt, which is my all-time favorite. It's a great card because you get the resort fee and the taxes waived when you book with points. However, you're not able to top up on point reward stays with this annual free night award. So you're stuck with that category, you're stuck with that booking, you can't add any more to that. However, it's a great card. Same sort of concept. Don't really take it out of my wallet very often, but they do run promotions with that card specifically where if you spend a certain amount of money, say a few $1,000s towards the end of the year, they'll give you additional like mini bonuses of points, which is pretty neat that I haven't really seen very often with the Bonvoy card. For the IHG Premier card, same concept, $99 a year. You get a free annual night. But on this one, you get really good status. You get more options for upgrades, earlier check-in, because you get Platinum Elite status. So pretty neat perk, much higher than that silver intro offer that you get on the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card for status. So there we have it. There's a full breakdown of the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card, and it's one that I really think it's worth anyone having out there. It fits in just about any setup, any situation, and for everyone because of that free annual night where it definitely makes sense where you get that outsized value. Even if there's a year where you're just getting $100 for a free night, you're still breaking even on the card. It's so easy to use as long as you remember to use the free night. And you really need to for this card to make sense. If you want to check out some other great cards that I definitely think anyone should have, check out the next video up here, and I'll see you next time.